in aviation accidents, you have the investigation and the report, and it's almost always pilot error.
Yeah, yeah. Those reports are really important. That's finding out what happened, not who's at fault. That's not a fault finding investigation. Aircraft accident boards are to find out what happened to avoid it happening again.
So, were you ever on a? Yeah, you were on a aviation mishap board.
Oh yeah, that's the one I had with the CO when
Yeah.
he had the air helicopter. I was on a number of accident boards.
How do you get picked for that? Do you know?
Just you're a member, you fly the airplane. Usually you're qualified in the airplane, and you're on the air station, and they have it aboard. They had minor accident, whatever it was, and you get picked for the board.
Is that a judicial process or?
No, it's really a fact-finding process. It's the aircraft accident board, again, is not to find fault. It's to find what happened. So you can then know what happened, try and make it not happen again. And obviously sometimes you can find out whose fault it was, what happened, whether it was pilot error or a failure of the controls or of a part that broke or whatever. But that's what the accident board is for. Well, I wasn't exposed to those very often because we just didn't have many accidents.
Yeah.
I was like all aviators, but I had more hours than some people. For the years I was in the military, I had more hours than a lot of people. So my exposure was greater. We just didn't have many accidents. We just didn't. And fortunately, I went through my whole career, and I was never at an air station where we lost a crew. Now, they've lost crews at the air stations I've been at before and after, but not while I was there. And of course, that's got to be really tough because when you lose crew members that you fly with daily, that's really tough. I don't know.
So while you were commander or on a station, you never lost any crew. You never had any major airplane crashes.
We didn't have any crashes, major aircraft where we killed somebody. I don't in any of the stations. While I was at those stations, almost every station had some losses of life at some time or other. Mobile, several years after I left there, they lost a helicopter not doing night landings on the bay. And of course, that was one of the most dangerous things to do in the H-52. You usually have two pilots. Now you got an instructor pilot and a guy you're training. You not only don't have two pilots, you got one that you're training. So your attention is, half your attention is to train him.
Yeah.
So it's not a simple little thing. Yeah. Training a pilot and doing it at night when you had it doing it at night, one would be on the gauges and one would be looking out. You got a new guy, you can't share that because he doesn't know what he's doing. You see, so it was a dangerous maneuver, no question.